Okay, we recently told you about a pro-DeSantis super PAC, which released its first anti-Trump ad. We now have Donald Trump posting a hardcore Ron DeSantis attack ad to Truth Social.
Truth Social.
And what's interesting is that some of the claims that it makes, it's a very aggressive, very vicious attack ad. But the claims it makes aren't exactly bulletproof, which might not come as a shock to you. Let's take a listen.
Was struggling big time in his primary race for governor of Florida. Polls revealed DeSantis was failing so bad, he was losing by a staggering 17 points. Then DeSantis was saved by the endorsement of President Trump. Trump's support was so powerful, just 2 days after the endorsement, DeSantis took a commanding lead, and it propelled him to being elected governor.
I'd like to thank our president for standing by me when it wasn't necessarily the smart thing to do.
You're welcome, Ron. Unfortunately, instead of being grateful, DeSantis is now attacking the very man who saved his career.
How
Is
dare
that time DeSantis remembers how he got to where he is?
Make America great again. Big league. So good. Build the wall. Then Mr. Trump said, "You're fired." I love that part.
Truth is, there's only one person who can make America great again.
Yeah. So, this entire thing about how 2 days after the endorsement, DeSantis just shot up. I encourage you to go back and look at the polls. Real Clear Politics has like a historical polling trend line on that race. And it is true that eventually DeSantis surged as the election got close, but it wasn't over the summer when Trump claims that his endorsement in 48 hours turned the race around. It was months later. Now, you can debate whether it was thanks to Trump's endorsement months earlier. I'm not even trying to have that debate with you. The story that's being told, DeSantis was dead, and then I endorsed him, and 48 hours later, he was absolutely crushing in the polls. It's just not what the polling data shows when you look at it retrospectively. So I do think that, Trump's in a position where there's the real reason he's angry with DeSantis, and then there's what stuff can he use to criticize DeSantis. There's a little bit of a dissonance between the two. The real reason Trump's furious at DeSantis is that DeSantis not ruling out running is seen by Trump as totally disloyal. The problem is Trump's going after DeSantis for example, saying Trump says DeSantis's COVID numbers are terrible. They're mediocre. They're not terrible. They're not good. Florida is very mediocre in most metrics. So when Trump used to praise DeSantis on COVID, now he attacks him on COVID. The truth is it was both sort of like, it's not great in Florida, but they benefit from the warm weather and people being outdoors. And so the numbers aren't as bad as they could be. He wants to cut and gut Social Security. He voted for a study group proposal that was non-binding, which would have raised the retirement age. Is that a sort of cut? Yes. Did he really vote for the cut? Well, everybody knew it wasn't going anywhere. It was just a study group proposal. Is that a really strong critique, particularly when Trump has also said, I would look at entitlements? Not really. And so Trump, if this really gets going, is going to have to find something a little more solid, I guess I would say, with which he can go after Ron DeSantis.